Right.
Right. That's why the bull insertion on the working terrier types. I'm going to say like this because if I say Fel and Patradale terriers, it's too much specific, because it's very similar and everybody's done it. Okay. At one point we have to be humble because we cross whatever it works for us. Okay. It needs to be a terrier, and it needs to be a underground terrier for me, personally. Okay, so I'm very specific on that philosophy, that point in my, I don't say breeding program because I don't have even a pup. My smaller prospect I gave as a gift to my hunting friend, and he's charting. He liked so much of his dog, and that dog, and he doesn't like underground work, so he is starting to put trailing wounded wild boars and deer, okay? Because the dog can go between types of bushes that bigger dogs are difficult, okay? So he needs a trail dog, and I gave him, and he has a lot of voice. So it was the first litter of dogs that I had so much voice. Okay, he has too much voice for me. It's too much because in the kennels all day long, no. Okay. For that we have the squeaky sounds of Jack Terriers. If you keep 4 Jack Terriers and you pass in front of the kennels, or they imagine that you are going to pass with imagine a hunting trap, okay? For sure, for 3 hours, it's like the best squeaky show, loudest that you ever heard, because they are very loud. The bastards. I don't. Sorry, it's the only trait that I don't like in Jack Terriers.
Right.
That and dog aggression.
Okay.
If they don't have proper work, and each dog is an individual, okay, and each dog has its needs. If they don't have the proper work, they start to direct, and I saw this in so many kennels, different kennels from different breeders, and they start to direct to the other dogs, okay?
Right.
I like of Patradales, but for sure, and I can tell you 100% sure, any dog, male dog, with another male dog, whatever the breed, okay, they will fight each other. Don't worry. After they've been full-grown adults, they're starting to fight. I have females that fight sometimes, okay? But they don't go to the extreme as some dogs, like Jack Terriers, Pit Bulls, Terriers, and even Bulldogs. I have a British Bulldog that already attacked every dog that I had, bigger, with more teeth. She attacked my Malinois, mate. So you see, it's a Bulldog. It was bred by the British. It for sure, and I'm Portuguese. Yeah. For sure, it has heart. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I reckon. Yeah. They have bred the more specific breeds ever for hunters. Okay, the retrievers. If you want a dog that is all-rounder, you go to the Germans. Okay, the Germans have breeds that are all-rounders. Okay, like Tratar or Jack Terrier. So I don't dislike if people nowadays, I've done this battle cross. What do you think, Ricky? Mate, the male worked for you, the female has done something for you, at least has some prey drive, because if it doesn't have prey drive, forget it, okay? prey drive. It can have prey drive to a tennis ball. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
It's prey drive. If it retrieves a ball, a sleeve, a churro, I don't know what to call it in English, but a working churro where they bite and you grab a working rope, whatever. If it jumps and it grabs a rubber tire and it hangs there for 3 hours, well, I saw one for 7 hours. So we called it in Portugal, like the Brazilian, a gameness for pit bulls, to show off the athletic traits that for many years the pit bulls have and why they are selected by that. Okay.
Right.
So we talked about the points of the philosophy, the aftercare, why the importance of aftercare. I want to tell one thing that I lost here. Sorry. That is very important. Whatever you do, and this I had some points, some humble advices that I've been gathering from dog breeders and dogmans all over. Okay.
Okay.
The first one. Okay. Is we can talk other things later, like my kennel setup or my routine. Okay? As you can see, my favorite breed is still the Pit Bull Terrier. Okay. Despite my unconditional loyalty to these little workers, black workers, whatever, my breed of the heart will be forever the Pit Bull.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I have backyard dogs that were beautiful, and one was stable, the other wasn't, but they were shit. They weren't a Pit Bull Terrier. They were a dog with a bull and terrier cross. Okay, they were all family red noses, all liver colored noses, and they were shit. And then after I got some dogs from the game community, and I would keep, and I lived in an apartment with 5 dogs. Okay, a couple of game bred American Pit Bulls. Okay. The worst and the most aggressive dog that someone gave me, called Dapper, from Netherlands, from Mr. E, from Kennels. Allegedly a cross between a Jag and a Patterdale, but for me, personally, it was a cross from a Jack Terrier and a Patterdale / Border Terrier.
Okay.
Because he has the most stocky, leash-like head. Okay. It was the most aggressive dog that I ever owned, and I couldn't sleep because I slept with all 5 dogs, and the other was a Mayday dog, and the other was a Mayday with Red Boy. Yeah, Red Boy. That I kept because I saved them.
Mm-hmm.
They were my learning points on aftercare, okay? And then I had 5 game bred dogs, living with Patterdales, with litters of Patterdales, and I never had a kennel accident with them. But with the other, all family red nose, it was almost every day. Okay?
Sure.
And then I have now this old 6-year-old Bulldog British Bulldog, that she can take everything, and she doesn't have any mouth and any teeth, okay, because she ripped off they rip off the teeth, whatever she wanted to play, okay? And I see that is the fire of the United Kingdom philosophy,
Yeah.
okay? It's go in front. I have to go in front. Let me go.
Yeah.
So, some guys always told me to be humble. Humble, polite, and respect everyone. It's a big learning curve, having dogs, so be humble. If you want to breed, or even if you want to work dogs, don't lie to yourself. Look at your dog. Don't imagine things. If your dog does a turn, or he enters, and you say it's 2 minutes and he goes out 1 time, 2 times, he's not going to be a working dog on the ground. Okay?
Yeah.
Don't search hypertypes on anything. A working dog is a soundness body type of dog.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing else. You saw it with the old day pit bulls, big heads and whatever. That doesn't work. Too much skin doesn't work. It's too much heat. Underground, the temperature rises like it's 2 big mammals breathing in a place without oxygen. So you need it. Soundness and spannable. If it's not a spannable dog, you will regret at some point on breeding costs. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Also, if you are learning the working dog, that's the major. Try to learn as much as you can care about aftercare. It's a thing that makes the huge difference. I cannot forget to say this millions, okay?
Yeah.
And believe me, a ripped dog by badger, because many times they ripped off the bottom lip, right? The under lip.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes some guys cut it, okay? It feels amazingly, okay?
Uh-huh.
But if you give a little bit more aftercare, and you work another dog next weekend and the other next weekend, and you leave that, you will get the dog with the same skin, with the same coat, with the same everything. Okay?
Yeah.
Another big advice for everybody, and not for me, because my first dog was a very hard dog, and a kamikaze was the Jack Terrier. The other one was a very hard dog. It was Dapper, the battle cross from Netherlands, and then come Bill, a hard dog also. So if you want to choose, if you have the possibility to get a dog with 1 season, choose a Bayer.
Mm-hmm.
Choose a Bayer for your first working dog. It will make a huge difference on the second and the third dog. You'll be able to how you say, enjoy more the second and the third dog, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I made so many mistakes that today, and I'm a big defender of Bayers and mixers since the beginning, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I have many discussions and very nasty discussions with the hard ones team, okay? I have, and if you don't need to nag when you listen, shake your head and say, this guy is crazy. No, believe me, if you have the possibility for your first working underground dog, get a Bayer, or from Bayers, or from mixers, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Don't get from the hardest breeder that breeds the hardest dogs, because you will not enjoy nothing about that dog.
Right.
After that, breed only the best with the best. The best in the best for you. It doesn't matter. It will pop off on every litter, hard ones, mixers, and Bayers. It's too much imprinted on the terrier and the ground dogs, Okay. If you have a buyer, you will have the best teacher that you can have. If you don't have hunting mates that know the trade, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very thankful to Warren, because he showed me my first. When I bought Bill, I knew what Bill would come from. For sure, I knew he could fail, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But I saw his parents. I hunted with Gamble, okay? I saw brothers from previous litters, so I wasn't like in the blackout with Bill. With Zina, I was completing blackout, because I didn't know that Zina was bred by 2 hunting friends from Honig Lutz. It wasn't Honig Lutz breeding. It's from they crossed brother and sister from Chile and Chaz and Tilly from Pickaxe. So it was nothing to do with Lutz lines. Lutz bloodlines come from Mr. E, from Kennels.
Mm-hmm.
And I hunted a little bit with him. What an amazing guy. Also met Richard Westerveld. If you want to talk about rating and varmint control in Netherlands, I can talk to Richard Westerveld. He's a great mate. I hunted with. I met him, and I missed him. So I miss him very much.
Mm-hmm.
And believe me, you don't have to show or initiate hunting terriers. You don't even have to initiate pit bulls, okay? Someday, at some point, same sex, same age, it will break on fire, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, Patterdales and Jack Terriers, people ask me, how you train your dogs? I don't. It's not training. It's education. It's knowledge. I start with furs. Then at 4 months, a very little small prey in the cage. At 6 years old, they meet a rat. A big country rat. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, they are already jabbed and dewormed, and there is no problem with them. And then start the selection. Because from the rat, we have here many varmints called weasels and wild ferrets. It's not ferret. In Portugal, we call toirão. Okay? It's a little bit bigger than the ferret.
Meat?
And has a nasty... He is nasty for a young starting prospect. So,
Yeah.
whenever we can, we have them also. And then they start to go to the fields. But like the varmint mongoose that we have, the Herpestes epneumon, we call it sacarrabos. Is a varmint, so we can kill it normally. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So if a Patterdale, for me personally, can handle a quarry like a mongoose at 8 months old, I'm not. It's not the kind of dog that I would keep. Okay. Because usually all the dogs that I have now started at 8 months old. So I searched that trait until 11 months, 1 year. After that, if the dog doesn't show the traits that is bred from, okay, so many times, because it's working stock already. Because my dogs came from working stock and have been bred by working stock. So they have to work. They have to have the fire in them. Okay. I usually don't push a young prospect to enter a hole. He has to do it by itself. Okay.
Right.
And never, I don't like it. I have done it. I don't mind to admit it, but never put two dogs in the same set. Never. Doesn't matter how big it is, okay? If you are 200 meters from me and you can work in another hole, I don't know if my hole connects with the other, okay?
Mm-hmm.
If our dogs never hunted together, if never worked together, you are in the way of disaster, of ruin, because they will fight together, each other, under. When they find each other, they will fight. Or they will fight each other because of aggression, or they will fight each other for the quarry. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People is starting to they want the trend. They want to start the new trend. They want to start the new breed. Okay.
Yeah.
That's why. Or I can tell you. When I had Bill, like when he was 3 years old, he was in his best moment. Okay, already with his jaw snapped and a ruined leg, but it was its moment. Okay, some Spanish girl contacted me, came from America. He had the father had a line of Patterdales. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't care. I have plenty emails and plenty of pictures and plenty pedigrees here to prove that. So the girl wanted to cross a little pitch with Bill, and I asked, and I was a newbie, okay,
Mm-hmm.
a very newbie, and I didn't understand nothing about this, and I could do whatever. So she sends me an email with the pedigree of the bitch and a pic with her at a young age at the arms, and then I ask a pic, how is the girl today, and she sent me a fat Yorkshire cross with a big rat in front of her. Okay, and I told her, see, yeah, look, I don't work much, but I don't want to cross with that. For the pictures you show me, that is not a typical Patterdale. It's a type of dog. You cannot go too much over it, because if your dog has Lakeland or Bedington or no, it's the Bedlington. It's the curly hair with the shape like a sheep head. Okay, you show, and there is 2 or 3 lines in UK from Terrier Man that has 50% of Bedlington. It's a trait that shows, and they are leggy, and they have small spanable chests, and they have curly hair. Okay, so the girl, no, this is a pure Patterdale. Send me your dog's pedigree. And I said, I don't have it. What? I don't have it. I bought a dog from a person that became a very good friend. I bought my dog and a couple of sisters to a guy that I meet in Portugal, but I don't know the pedigree. Well, why? She told me. Why? She asked me. Because it was an agreement. The guy didn't want to give me the pedigree, but I know that I want that dog from those 2 dogs. Because of everything that we talked about and everything that I know ish behind the dog. Mm-hmm. Nowadays, I don't care about the Bill pedigree. After Bill is from Bud and Gamble, okay? Mm-hmm. And then it's from Gamble is from Bud and Charlie, and afterwards, I don't know nothing. It's working terrier selection. if anybody wants to ask what is today, I tell you today, this personally and in me have crossed me in the beginning. Okay, I don't know what Bill is, and then because I have the pedigree of Zina complete and all the pedigree of Miso Porto with all the working breed percentage in that crossing. Okay, I have everything, but I don't know what is Bill. But Bill worked for me, so what the hell? He works today, and in any litter, it's fine looking dogs, and they work. Right. What that I can ask more? I don't. I don't want to know what's behind Bill. Okay. She wanted to cross with a purebred Patterdale from another register. It's like a registry. If the registry sees the dog as testimonials of that dog working, okay, no worries. Okay, sell the pedigree. If the person wants to buy a pedigree, give her that person a number of registry. No worries, that person wants. But I bought dogs with pedigrees and written, and I have loved meeting Mr. Rooney Klut because he writes the dogs, the name of the dogs in their pedigree as Brian Nuttall told him, okay? But the Belgium doesn't pronounce names, okay? Like the British in English. So Nuttall, it was Nuttall, okay? I have kept the original handwritten signed by him pedigree, okay? Of Zina and from Mr. E, from Miso Porto. And that bases me, that thing that we call pedigree. If I know the ancestry word, hell, I paid €1,000 for a game bred pitbull. I don't know what was in back from the 60s until now. I don't know. Yeah, I came back from England. I came back to Portugal from England, and at that time, when I went to England, I have many dogs. I was in a bad situation in life, and I needed to go abroad, and I didn't have places to, and I haven't placed. So I placed all my dogs. I have like, I don't know, 30, 40. I placed all my dogs, and I migrated to the UK to work. I worked a year and a half, and when I got back, I only had the Patterdales and the Westie, and I'm trying. I didn't have any people at that time, so okay. So my father has a huge passion for British Bulldog. He had, okay, because now after 10 years, he knows better. So I get back, and I was feeling a little bit lonely because Patterdales are good, but I felt that I needed like a kind of alert dog, guard dog, but that imposed itself. So Bulldogs are very good on that. Very good on that. So I found a person that was giving / selling a couple of Bulldogs, okay, young Bulldogs, 3 years for the male, 6 for the female, not more. So I went there, and I found a couple of bulldogs that were abandoned in the basement of a big building, a car basement, a car garage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they were a mess. So after loads of discussions and the guy wanting money and whatever, I get the bulldogs and I brought them home. My parents at that time put their hands in the air and said, "Ricardo, what is this mess?" Okay? And look, they were underfed, they were starving, they didn't have water, and they had like 3 or 4 fingers of shit. So they were the beach came with a small C-section already. So the previous owner, not the guy that gave me, the guy that gave me, gave the other guy money for him to go away. Okay, so the guy was to have money from the Bulldogs in his mind. So we took him, and after 2 years, after they completely healthy, no issues at all medical exams, all analysis, okay. One day my father called me and, "Ricardo, Ray just mated with Lola." And I said, "How? She never had got eat. Never. No eat." So I went to my small yard, but the backyard, and there they were. It's a film there in my Facebook because it was 2 English bulldogs from English Bulldog, okay, that crossed together. Okay, at that time they had plenty of sport in them because they were confined in a very small place. So at that time they stretched their muscles, but the back end of the dog was a mess. The back quarters were, the back legs was a mess. No kidney power, no lacking muscles, whatever. A big head and a chunky shoulder. Okay, so at that time I always thank to my vet, because my vet is worse than me. "Ricardo, always natural. Okay, let's go in everything." Okay, she only touches a dog to do surgery if needed. Okay, and I've learned so many things with her. It's like 24 years of relationship. So at that time, after that, Lola went to start the labor, whelping, and she didn't. Okay, I was nervous. It was my first Bulldogs. Whatever I read or heard, it's not good news, you know. British Bulldogs, not good news. A friend of mine has British Bulldogs. It's like artificial insemination, C-sections, and after it's incubator for a month. Okay? So then, went to the vet in the middle of the night. "No, Ricardo, don't stress out. She's doing well, blah, 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 blah." When I'm going outside with the bitch by the leash, she, on the big gate, she rears up, and then it pops a pup.
Wow.
That pup starts screaming. Yeah, that pup starts screaming, and the veterinarian say, go home. It's starting. Okay. After that, she whelped 2 or 3. I don't remember well, but 2 or 3, and she was a mess. She couldn't handle anymore. She was at the end of all her in energy. We tried oxytocin help. Nothing. Okay, Ricardo, C-section. So, in the litter of, I don't know, 8, only 1 survived. The one that was brought was whelped naturally. That is called Furia. Furia is my older bitch, the 6-year-old older bitch that attacks the dogs that she doesn't like. And she's almost a spitting image of her mother, because their mother attacked everything. Okay, seen from bullfighting to normal bulls, Angus, horses. She was crazy. Okay? But she didn't have, because of the round rib cages, because of the small muzzle. Okay, she couldn't handle it. So she will eat up and pass out. Okay.
Yeah.
So she gave me Furia, and after 8 months she died of heart attack or something. Furia was raised outside, loose, free on one of the yards in the back usually. She has good guard temperament. She's the one of that dogs that comes and kicks the gate to you. Okay, she doesn't want you there. It's a trait of her. I like her because of that, but she's a bitch with other females. From that thing, I had a litter with a dog with French Bulldog blood in it. A litter that was amazing. A litter that Furia whelped. Okay? 8 dogs. Okay? And this was Furia first litter, and the second she had a C-section. No, sorry. First litter with the dog with French Bulldog blood in it, and the second litter exactly was with a dog called Lord. He came from Poland. He was a little bit bigger than FCE show Bulldogs, but he has a good type of head. So let's see what Furia gives us. And he gave us a very good litter. After that, another mate of mine wanted to cross his FCE purebred registered Bulldog with that dog. And from that cross came Jack. Okay, Jack that I have now. So from that litter, I sold them to Spain and Portugal, north of Portugal. I went there. Very good looking. Today I regret not sticking with a female and a male. That female later I gave to a friend of mine, a hunting mate. So at that point, okay, I'm not liking the big wrinkling, all twisted British Bulldogs. So I had Jack, and from the British Bulldog with the French Bulldog litter, I kept a dark brindle female that is called Milou. So I crossed Jack, the full-bred British Bulldog, the one that is white and red, like pigs, with Milou. And it gave me an awesome litter, mainly of brindles, and I kept Huga. This one Huga, for to notice, Milou whelped all dogs naturally. Okay, it was 6 all naturally. Okay, her sister also did a mate with Jack, a breeding with Jack, and she whelped 11 in one night. Okay, so I think in healthy issues, it was better than I was before. So, okay. So I started to learn about the more athletic type of dogs, because imagine, for Furia, I have already done 3, she already passed out 3 times, 2 times making sport, and 1 time with a big chicken leg in their throat. So I have to cardio arrest her 3 times already. Okay,
right.
so for me, Milou. So you notice, Milou, I can go wild boar hunting with her.
Wow.
She can take it.
Wow.
She can take it. I don't know the reaction of it because last time we didn't have the pleasure to meet Miss Pig, but I think she will be good because it will be good stuff later this year or next year for those who like pig hunting, wild boar at least. So I have Ruga, and now with the help of Gilberto, a hunting mate, and Brian, we got the opportunity to cross Ruga, daughter of Jack and Milou. That is the red brindle with black muzzle and a tiny little, like a hippo tail. It's not a full tail, it's a half tail, okay? But it hasn't, with no twist, okay? That's one of the traits that I want to remove from my Bulldogs, the twist. That is an elf problem. For those who don't believe me, we talk in the future, okay? Pig cork tails are unhealthy in so many ways, okay? If you want a dog that is athletic, don't choose a pig cork tail dog, okay? Sometime sooner or later the back end will start working. I don't know why. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a veterinarian, I didn't do this, but I have experienced that, so no more for me, okay? So, we crossed Marcel to Ruga. An amazing. I saw Marcel at Gilberto's place, and Marcel was, when we met Brian, I was in love with Marcel because Marcel was a chunky, bullish, not bulldog, not merge, but bullish, athletic body, cool, but in guard, alert in situations. Okay, we can see that some blood inserted in him makes sense. Okay, it's a working type. I'm waiting for start working his son. I kept 3 sons. I have 2 males and a female. All litter, they don't appear with each other because the litter was born and in pairs, okay? It was a male and a dog, same type, same color, okay? So there is a dog in Spain that was, his sister died. Yeah, he died in the beginning. So I have Elvis that is similar to a female that is in Gilberto. I have that one, the female and Crush, the dog in Spain, and the other 2 Bulldogs that I have a one big tail Marcel looking dog. The twin sister died, and Elvis, that is a greyish brindle type British Bulldog. They have different types in the same litter, okay? Something got another thing that the others, okay? And we have my female that looks a small French Bulldog looking a Cataboo and nasty as them. Okay, so every dog in that litter has working stuff, and I can wait when they are full grown to see what they turn out. Because from Marcel's side, you've heard Brian, Sean, what he had. It was from Dusty, right?
Right.
The English Bulldog, right? The amazing British Bulldog of Brian. And from I think it's Norway. I don't remember it was an old-time bulldog that he bred, brindle, that have the blood of, I think, Staffy and Kadabu, if I don't mistake. And in my side, Ruka is on top, full British Bulldog. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
She is 75% British Bulldog with 25% British French Bulldog. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
The proper ones, the tallest ones with 18 kilos, the ones that do protection work. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I've seen that dog doing protection work naturally. That's why I cross him. So that is the litter. So you see, always traits that we wanted to. And it's amazing. It's day by days. I love the kids. I can take them home. Elvis is more a companion type of dog. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
He gives the alerts. He can growl to the others, but he's more British Bulldog type of dog. Okay? The bitch, I can take it home also, but she's a little bit more suspicious, more alert. She doesn't back down. Elvis, no. Elvis, inside the house, he wants to sleep. Okay? It's a very nice bulldog to have. But he is more British Bulldog look, but he moves as well as the others, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then I have Boris, that is the dark one, the dark brindle, that is more athletic, more with the spannable chest. And I don't know what he's coming to, but already shows that he has prey drive, that has soundness body, and it feels good with hot weather. So they are always raised outside.
Mm-hmm.
My dogs. Okay? I don't have a dog that I bring puppy inside the house and I raise him. Always outside the house. They have small kennel runs, like, I don't know. I have a 8 by 8 meters long square for the oldies. I have another big kennel run, and then I have smaller kennels inside of them, 3 by 3. It's not small for Pachados, you know. And the Bulldogs are run loose, free in the front yard and in the backyard. Okay. Mm-hmm. Usually, I have 3 or 4 Bulldogs together with a Westie, other stuff. Okay? So my dogs live in cold, rainy, very cold weathers, very hot weathers, very humidity. It's the weather of Portugal. Usually sunny, but I'm between the mountains and the sea, so I have humidity. Okay, I needed. I had some friends that own a scrap yard, you know, a junkyard, and I have my great parents on my father's side have a house that is a little bit far from me. I needed guard dogs. I needed guard dogs, okay? Mm-hmm. But I needed guard dogs with the sensibility and the good sense to older and to old people and kids, okay? And I had Ray, the big bulldog, the father of Furia. At the time, it was awesome. It was very good, and his presence, and with the kids, he was very gentle, and with the elderly, very gentle always. He barked, but as a guard dog, he protects, he puts it in front. And I had a Malinois. It was a gift from a Malinois trainer. That was some kind of crazy, very crazy bitch. Not dog aggression. Didn't have too much dog aggression, but she was too much crazy to people.
Mm-hmm.
Really, I didn't train her. I didn't do Schutzhund or IPO or nothing. That I really wanted a guard dog, and I had her. So I told the breeder, she's too much. She's too much for my parents. I'm not always here, so she's too much. What you reckon? Hey, you have Ray. Try it. You have your friends down in the south that need dogs for guard duty. It will bring a very nice dog. He's healthy. She's healthy. Why not? So I bred him. And from that breeding of 6, I had some good-looking pups. I have pictures in the older computer. Amazing buckskins, always with dark black masks, and the body of them was like a cross between a British Bulldog and an American Bulldog.
Mm-hmm.
The body. The head was like a prognate, undershot, Amstaff. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
The female that went to my grandparents, she still lives. She has the bulldog type of body and a small the Amstaff with undershot head. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
The other 2 dogs had that went for the junkyard. They are Malinois type of body, okay, with a wider head of a shepherd. Like you put the Alibi head in the Malinois body.
Okay.
Big canine teeth, and they are very nasty. I remember a report from their owners that there isn't any pit bull in the neighborhood anymore because they started young. Each one is in a junkyard, a different junkyard, but they started young because they don't like dogs, and the dogs enter there, and they don't like dogs, and they don't like people. They are chained in the day and free in the night. Nobody enters there. So I think it's only 3 from 6. 2 of them were too shy to be handled properly in training conditions.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want a dog that you'd go to pet her after a lunch together and she would bite freely, you know?
Right.
Free aggression, no.
Right.
Okay? Because when you do the battle cross, when you do any cross, Sean, any cross can give you fear dogs. I have seen people, and I have done it, handling the dogs from minute 1 until 3 months, and they are shy. And I know breeders that breed outside. Females do natural quarries to whelp the litter, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And they are great with people. It's the other stuff. It's genetics. It's a lottery. You never know what traits of the mother and the father goes, or the background of the grandparents and the great-great-grandparents. Okay? I only know one thing, and that came from pitbulls. Men biters, never. And you have to evaluate, analyze the moment that you were beaten. Okay? The dog don't know you. Okay? You give it a shot. The dog knows you and is freely wanting to grab you. There is might be a little bit problem there.
Right.
Okay? Right. You need to handle the dogs. It's the same thing in everything. If you want, you have to take the dog. If you want a wild boar, you have to take the dog from the wild boar. If you want, if you want with knives, you need to take the dog off to do the shot,
Mm-hmm.
So it's the same thing. You need to handle. You need people that is going to help you to handle that dog. If you grab that dog and that dog starts to bite, shaking his head and tries to bite everyone, that's not good for you. That's why all my dogs are used to elderly people, people with wheelchairs, kids. I have a nephew that is great with dogs, and bless him, with his 4 years old, because maybe one day I'll leave something for him. I know that he will be a dog one day. So.
A Patterdale to a Bulldog.
A Patterdale to a Bulldog.
No, mate. If you are going wait. If you are going where I think you are going, you need to cross a Jack Terrier and a Bulldog.
Okay.
It's the type of selection of the Germans. Okay? You see it, compare it. Good dogs also. But if you are going to where I think you are going, I would breed a very hunter Jack Terrier, full of hunting passion for everything that moves and breeds, to the nastiest British Bulldog that you know. And you can go into the 2 games because it will give you hell and fire. As a Mexican friend said to me, here in the farms, as he told me, here in the farms, the best battle cross that you can have for pits is putting a nasty bull terrier over a nasty bulldog breech. I don't know, I never saw, but it makes sense. The bull terriers, as I know, and the bulldogs, as I know now, it makes sense. No, you have to work your dog. You have to cross it with working bitches. I understand them. They like shows. Okay, they like the glamour. I like digging. I like picking up my locator and trying to find out my dog that I don't know 2 hours because he's underground, and the last time I saw it was 4 meters under. Or 7, you know? So, if it works for you, mate, do it. Jack Terrier and Bulldog.